Madam Chair,
Yes, Mr. Moon.
I believe that we can still vote on in the motion with notation that that is what we are doing is subject to that board's further consideration of MNN.
That's what I was planning on doing.
Yes,
and
ma'am. Yeah. I think there is a full understanding of what you are doing.
So, am I going to read the whole thing as requested by Mr. Wilson? Or am I going to, now Ms. Schultz has left the table with her motion that I dispense with reading it. So since Ms.
I will support Ms. Schultz's
She may have been
request
thinking
to
we were taking a
waive.
break.
Okay.
Mrs. Corbett Sanders, if you vote on the M and N part first, then vote on the omnibus motion, that's fine also. And
So
that might
either
address
approach would have been
Ms.
fine,
McLaughlin.
but
Either way, yeah.
that's what I was under the impression, but we can go ahead. That's what I was intending to. Okay. I move that the school board adopt the fiscal year 2020 approved budget as detailed in fiscal year 2020 advertised budget and as detailed in the agenda item to include Section 1 operating fund revenue adjustments with total reductions of 2.6 and Section 2 operating fund expenditure adjustments in items A through C with total reductions of 2.6 and with the following amendments to the agenda item as defined under 1, replacing the staffing initiative placeholder of 6.0 million as well as accepting the superintendent's recommendations for reductions so that items that exceed 6 million in staffing initiatives are funded as detailed in the omnibus motion A through R, where we have taken out items M and N for further discussion. We will then adopt the omnibus and then discuss items M and N and add them into a second.
It'd be 1.9, 1.9. It's not 2.6.
Oh, I see.
It's 1.9 million.
I apologize. I was reading the old text. So I move that the school board adopt the fiscal year 2020 approved budget as detailed in the fiscal year 2020 advertised budget and as detailed in the agenda item to include Section 1 operating fund revenue adjustments with total reductions of 1.9 million and Section 2 operating fund expenditure adjustments items A through C with total reductions of 1.9 million with the following modifications to the agenda item. 1, replacing the staffing initiative placeholder of 6 million as well as accepting the superintendent's recommendations for reductions so that items that exceed 6 million in staffing initiatives are funded. I can read all of these or we can just acknowledge that it will be A through L and O through R.
Yeah.
And so with that, can I see a show of hands of who can adopt this omnibus as amended? We have Ms. Strauss.
Unanimous with Ms. Schultz away from the table.
Okay, it's unanimous with
Karen
Ms. Schultz away from the table and Ms. Keys Gamara having left for her son's graduation.